Once in my life, I celebrated the Ascension twice. I was in one diocese where it was celebrated in the liturgy on a Thursday, and then I went home where it was celebrated in the liturgy on Sunday. Jesus rose to the Father's right hand twice. Some of you may have encountered this event in your own lives once upon a time, where you celebrated it twice. Why does this happen? It can be confusing. We can maybe not understand why. So let's take a deep dive in why that happened in my life, why that happens sometimes in yours. The liturgical year is a celebration of the life of Christ. But in the liturgical year, we're not just reenacting history. It's not just us commemorating Christ's birthday or commemorating his resurrection from the dead. No, those realities, those mysteries of Christ's life are present in a real way, not just as an event that has happened in the past, but the present, that event being made present in some way for us, Christ's birth being made present to us, his resurrection from the dead being made present to us. We ourselves, by celebrating those days in Christ's life, by celebrating his birth, we ourselves as a church are reborn. By celebrating his resurrection from the dead, we ourselves, as a church, as Christ's body, we rise with him. That's what the liturgical year is, and that's why we enter into it. The church tells us that the liturgical year has a sacramental force. So just like baptism and confirmation do something real in the world, celebrating these years make a mystery of Christ's life present for us. We think of the mystery of the Ascension. So we read in the Gospels that after Christ rose from the dead, 40 days after his resurrection, he ascended to the right hand of the Father. And so there, at the Father's right hand, sits the Word who has taken on our human flesh. There at the right hand of the Father is one who looks like us. There at the right hand of the Father is one who is like us in all things except sin. When we celebrate the liturgy of the Ascension, we too rise with Christ. We set our mind on things that are above. We set our mind on Christ there at the right hand of the Father. In the dioceses of the United States, though, we have two different days in different places where we celebrate the Ascension. Some people, some dioceses celebrate the Ascension indeed 40 days after Easter on a Thursday. And other dioceses celebrate, most dioceses in fact, celebrate that day on a Sunday. We might say, why? Why this difference in the Catholic Church in the dioceses of the United States? Well, again, it's the importance of those days. And so the Universal Church says there are 3 days that are very important in the life of Christians: Corpus Christi, Epiphany, and the Ascension. It doesn't mean other days aren't. Of course, Christmas and Easter and the Assumption and Immaculate Conception. But it's saying if these 3 days are not holy days of obligation in the country, they get moved to a Sunday. And so our bishops have decided that Corpus Christi, which falls on a Thursday, Ascension a Thursday, and Epiphany, January 6th, that those days are not holy days of obligation, but the mysteries, the liturgical celebration of these mysteries are so important that they get moved to a Sunday so that more people can participate in those liturgical celebrations. But the U.S. bishops have also decided, in light of the culture of our different dioceses, that there are some groups of dioceses where Ascension Thursday is so important to the communities in that area that it can stay on the Thursday and be a holy day of obligation. And so there are 5 groups of dioceses where that happens. We call those groups, another name for them is provinces. So the province of Boston, of Hartford, of Philadelphia, of New York, and of Omaha. Those groups of dioceses, the bishops there, have all decided that Ascension falling on a Thursday is a tradition, a custom that's dear to the people here, and thus it will stay on that day and be a holy day. So if it's not a holy day, it gets moved to a Sunday, which is a holy day. You have to go to church on Sunday. But if Thursday is the holy day, then it stays on Thursday. So this great mystery of the Ascension, we celebrate it on different days, but we celebrate the same mystery. It's the same Jesus, the same rising to the right hand of the Father, celebrated on different days, but the very same mystery.